What's going on, everybody? This is another episode here in Nolan's Pod. We're back today. I told you guys we were going to talk about Azeez Al-Shaair's hit on Trevor Lawrence on Sunday. Now we know it's all been discussed through this week. We know that Trevor Lawrence has a concussion. Trevor Lawrence was placed on the IR yesterday, which is injured reserve, which is meaning that he will miss a minimum of 4 games. We also learned that Trevor Lawrence is going to have surgery on his shoulder. I think they said he has an AC joint sprain in his shoulder. So his season is basically over. He's not going to be back this year. He's not going to be back. And there's no reason for him to be back. Team is 10-9. No reason for Trevor Lawrence to be back. First and foremost, we want Trevor Lawrence to be as healthy as possible going into next season. I expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to rebound tremendously next season and not have the year that they are having this year. Is Doug Peterson still going to be the head coach? That remains to be seen. I don't know. I don't think so. Doug Peterson is a good coach. It's just this year was not their year. But if they do give him a second chance and he is the coach next year, I think they're gonna be right back at where they need to be. Trevor Lawrence's injury obviously was scary. Obviously, if you're Azeez Al-Shaair, you don't want to be hitting anybody like that. We know the little melee that broke out after that. Jacksonville Jaguars protecting their quarterback as they should. Azeez Al-Shaair encouraging those guys to fight him. It wasn't the smartest thing for him to do because you hit Trevor Lawrence. And it's how you hit him. It was a very late hit and it was very nasty and very dirty. So encouraging those Jacksonville Jaguars players to come at you, to fight you, that's not smart because you the one that made a bad late hit on their quarterback. So you're encouraging them to come fight you. You want to fight when you're in the wrong. That's not the smartest thing to do when you're in the wrong. You started this, you did this, and you encouraging them to fight you. Azeez Al-Shaair has been suspended 3 games, as we learned about that this week too. He's suspended 3 games. Houston Texans GM Nick Caserio has some interesting words towards the league on how they're painting the picture on Azeez Al-Shaair and how they're trying to paint him out to look like this bad person and they don't know people don't know his character and all this good stuff or whatever. And people don't know where his heart's at, and this whole thing with this hit is being blown out of proportion. Well, come to find out, I found out personally, when Azeez Al-Shaair was with Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans, he had some hits. He had some hits and some tackles that were questionable. And he's also been fined for some of those hits and tackles that he had with the Tennessee Titans. See, I never knew that. Personally, I never knew that. So when I seen those this week, I'm like, oh, you've had fines, and the NFL has also given you warnings numerous of times in your career. Numerous of times. And you've had some plays and some tackles numerous of times where it wasn't where it was a bad tackle, rather, I should say. And they suspend you for this. You could have been, for some of those tackles that he's made and those fines that he's racked up during his career, you could say that Azeez Al-Shaair should have been suspended a long time ago if you go back and look at some of those plays for 30 hits and 30 tackles. But he just got a few warnings and he just got a few fines. Never suspended. And if you're GM Nick Caserio, you saying all that, but look at this guy's track record. No, I'm not saying Azeez Al-Shaair is a dirty player. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you're Nick Caserio, I understand you defending your guy. D'Amico Ryan's also defending him too. But if you're looking at his track record, the fines, some of the dirty hits, dirty tackles with the Titans, and he's never been suspended. And y'all defend him saying he probably really shouldn't have got suspended, or y'all don't know where his heart's at. Y'all don't know his character. Y'all don't know what he's all about. Well, this hit on Trevor Lawrence is, it's not making it any better. He probably should have been suspended a long time ago, but he got suspended for this hit. So now they're defending him. D'Amico Ryans and Nick Caserio, they're defending their player, which I understand. That's y'all guy. That's y'all player. You're going to defend him. And you guys have came out and said that y'all don't condone that. That's not how y'all coach. That's not what y'all are all about. Azeez Al-Shaair did issue an apology to Trevor Lawrence. He did say that he would never try to intentionally hurt a player and that he was sorry for what happened. So he did apologize to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence did come out and say that he is okay. He's doing fine. D'Amico Ryans did also say that he thinks that these quarterbacks are taking advantage of this rule. They're using this rule of protecting the quarterback. They're taking advantage of the rule of protecting the quarterback, meaning they're sliding late on purpose to get a flag call. And I could see that, I could see it both ways, how they're taking advantage, and, the other way of how the league is, they want to protect the quarterback, because this football is a dangerous game. So I see it both ways, how some of these quarterbacks, they're taking advantage of the rule, but that was still a late hit. That was still a bad play. That was still a dirty play. No matter if the quarterback is trying to protect himself or take advantage of the rule or not, that was still a late hit. That was still a dirty play. Trevor Lawrence still has a concussion, and he still has to have surgery on his shoulder at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that was a scary play. So whether these quarterbacks are taking advantage of the rule or not, that does not excuse the fact that Azeez Al-Shaair's hit was dirty. It was a very late hit. And that's why we have this rule in the first place. So one thing that I didn't like about what D'Amico Ryan said was, they taking advantage of the rule. No, your guy hit this man late. Another problem I have is all these old heads that used to play football. Y'all all say the game is soft now. The game is not like it used to be. We need to go back to some sort of physicality in football. These guys, they're soft. The game is soft. Whatever. Okay, y'all old heads are the first ones to yell that out, to holler that out. The minute Trevor Lawrence gets hit Monday, Tuesday, all through this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, all through this week, all you hear is all the hoes say, oh, that was dirty, that's unacceptable, that's why we took this out of this game, because it's dirty, you can't do that, you're not supposed to do that, and all that. But y'all are the main ones yelling and screaming, oh, this game doesn't have physicality anymore, this game is soft. It's not like when we played back in the day, but the minute somebody gets hit, it's like, oh, you can't do that. That's why they took it. That's why they took this rule and put it in play. All this crying. Which one is it? Do you want the game to be soft, or do you want the game to have physicality? Now, I'm not saying physicality like just hit Trevor Lawrence while he's sliding, and he's defenseless. I'm not saying that physicality like that. I'm saying it could be rough, but we still have the standard of it's certain things that you cannot do. I want the game to be a physical game too, like how it used to be. But it's only a certain level of things that you can do. That's all I'm saying. But which one do we want? The physicality, go back to how it used to be, or y'all just want the game to be soft how it is now. That's for the old heads. Pick which one you want. You're crying about the hit, and then the next thing you know, you saying the game is soft. So pick which one you want. Which one is it? And then, man, it's a lesson learned. One thing I want to say is lesson learned for Azeez Al-Shaair. One thing I want to say, Tom Brady put his 2 cents in it and said he also thinks that the quarterback are taking advantage of this rule. And they're sliding late on purpose to try to get the flag called or try to get, roughing the passer, all that. Tom Brady, you don't play anymore. You don't play anymore. So the reason why I have a problem with what Tom Brady said is because we all know good and god darn well that if that was Tom Brady and he was to get hit like that, he would be all on the officials' butt. All on their butts. We know that he'd be crying all over the place for weeks about, oh, I got hit. They can't do that. They have to protect me. This is why this rule's in place. We already know he would be crying. So for Tom Brady to make the comments of, oh, he thinks the quarterbacks are taking advantage of the rule, and he thinks these quarterbacks are taking advantage of the rule, and that's why these late hits are happening, all this stuff. Bro, we know if it was you and they hit you like that, you took a late hit, you'd be crying for weeks on end, and we would never hear the end of it. We would never hear the end of it. This rule is in place because of you, Tom Brady. This rule is mainly in place because of you. They want to protect you. They want to protect you and only you. They didn't care about any other quarterbacks. They want to protect you and only you. That's it, because you were crying. You never even got hit like that in your career before. But they want to protect you and only you. They didn't give a crap about any other quarterbacks. They didn't. This rule is because of you. This rule is in place because of you. That's why these quarterbacks lasted longer. That's why you lasted longer in your career. That's why Peyton Manning lasted longer. That's why Drew Brees lasted longer. That's why all these quarterbacks, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, that's why all these quarterbacks lasted longer in their career, because they changed that rule all because of you. That's why y'all careers last longer. If you even touch Tom Brady a little bit, they're going to call roughing the passer. So this is because of you. So for you to sit up there and say, oh yeah, I think the quarterbacks are taking advantage of this rule. Yeah, it's because of you. You the one that created this rule. So you basically saying that Azeez Al-Shaair was in the right, in my opinion. That's basically what you're saying. Because Trevor Lawrence took advantage of the rule. That's basically what you're saying. But the rule is because of you. Come on, Tom Brady. But Azeez Al-Shaair suspended 3 games. And that's what it is. Hopefully we don't see any more hits like this. But if we do, you know the consequences that's going to come behind it. Let's move on to the NBA Cup tournament. The knockout round starts next week. In the brackets, you have OKC going against Dallas. I would pick OKC, and the reason why I would pick OKC is because the Mavericks beat the Thunder in the playoffs last year in the second round. It went right down to 6 games, and it was a close, hard-fought series, and I would say OKC has revenge on their mind. Mind you, they do have injuries this year. Players are trying to get back healthy. I think that I would go with Dallas to win in this knockout game because Dallas is the healthier team. They just got Luka back. He's playing like he hasn't missed a beat. And OKC's kind of banged up. So I would take Dallas. You got Luka, you got Kyrie, you got Klay Thompson, and then you got a supporting cast. I don't see. It's going to be a close game, don't get me wrong, but the healthier team should prevail. Dallas's offense is really hard to stop. OKC has a great defense, but Dallas's offense, man, it's really hard to stop. You got the Houston Rockets going against the Golden State Warriors. I would pick the Rockets to win. Golden State has fallen back to where we thought they would be. They were red hot earlier in the season. They've since then lost 5 in a row. And I think they're 12-7, 12-8. So they've fallen back to where we expected them to be. A good team, but those role players are falling. They're coming back to earth. Anthony Melton is also out for the season with an ACL injury. You might not think that that's huge, but it's Anthony Melton. He's a key role player, and he was a starter on the Golden State team. Steph Curry can't do it all by himself. Brandon Pajinski has been struggling. You got the big man, Kevon Looney, Trace Jackson Davis. Those guys, they're still giving you everything they have. You still got Draymond. Andrew Wiggins is having a bounce back season, but these guys have fallen back down to earth. And again, Stephen Curry needs help. He needs help, and I still think that the Golden State Warriors need to make a trade to get him help. So I would take the young Houston Rockets, Jalen Green, Alfred Sengun, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet. Those guys are ready to play, man. Those guys are ready to play. They second in the Western Conference right now. Those guys are ready to play. Alfred Sengun, that dude can play. He's like Joker. He's going to give you a triple-double every night or close to it. Jalen Green has come into his own. Dylan Brooks is a better offensive player than he was with the Memphis Grizzlies, where he was known for only his defense. His offense has come a long way with the Houston Rockets. And then you had the champion Fred VanVleet, who got out to a slow start this season. He's picked it up since then. Then you got the bench guys coming in, creating the energy, bringing that spark. I got the Houston Rockets. The Milwaukee Bucks are going against the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic have played better since Paolo Banchero has been out with that oblique injury. They started off slow when Paolo first got hurt. They picked it up since then. You got to give Franz Wagner a lot of credit. Jalen Suggs, KCP, Cole Anthony, Goga Patatse, Wendell Carter Jr. You got to give those guys credit. Anthony Black. Those young guys are really playing well. And they have a chip on their shoulder also, losing that 7-game series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have a chip on their shoulder too. The Orlando Magic are playing for something. They're playing for this cup. But the Milwaukee Bucks have since got going since their horrid slow start. Damian has found his groove. Giannis is in a world of his own. The supporting players, Taurean Prince, Brook Lopez, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Pat Connaughton. Those guys are finally being a supporting cast to the Milwaukee Bucks. They're finna get Chris Middleton back soon. The Bucks had just won, 9 in a row? Obviously, we beat them last night. The Hawks beat them last night. The Hawks are on a 5-game winning streak. Leading me to my next point. The Hawks are playing the New York Knicks. Yep. We're going to the Garden. Trae Young has the revenge on his mind. You know how that is with the Knicks fans. We are looking forward to that matchup. I am very confident that we are going to win that game. Trae Young is going to show his butt in that game. You better know it. And I think he's going to bag it up for sure. Trae Young lives for those games. He lives for those moments. The fans want it. Let's bring it. Because I'm telling you, the Hawks are playing good ball. Man, that Jalen Johnson, boy, he gets better and better every year. Trae Young's assists are out of this world this year. DeAndre Hunter coming off the bench to be the 6th man. He's playing good ball. Clint Capella, Big O, both our big men playing good ball. Bogey, he's playing good ball, man. We are playing as a team. And Dyson Daniels, this man gets about 3 steals every game. He gets about 4 to 5 deflections every game. That's the type of defense that we need. That's what we needed on this ball club. It was the defense. I'm glad we got Dyson Daniels. We seen the upside in this man, and he has not disappointed. And Quinn has us playing as a team. We're not being selfish. We're playing as a team. Everybody's sharing the ball. The ball moves around. And then we got that young stud, that young rookie, Zachary Regenshea, who's playing phenomenal ball. He's only going to get better and better. He's only, 15 to 20 games in his rookie season? He's going a lot of room for improvement, but the sky's the limit. He's playing good ball right now, and he's just a rookie. But the Knicks, they're going to be tough to beat, though. In all seriousness, though, they're going to be tough to beat. Jalen Brunson, Cat, Mikal Bridges, OG, Deuce McBride. Those guys are going to be really tough to beat at the Garden. But I'm confident that we are going to get it done and that we are going to win, and it's going to be a great game. But that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who you think is going to Las Vegas in this NBA Cup tournament. Whoever wins these games goes to Las Vegas after this. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Azeez Al-Shaair's hit on Trevor Lawrence.